G'day, my name's Don and here I am at work getting ready to start on another project that I've got, which is a 1967 Toyota Crown Ute with a Holden Red 6 in it and auto. Pretty cool old rig, hasn't been on the road for some 30 years and I'm using it as a bit of a distraction during the COVID-19 crisis. Let's go in and check it out. Got my Montano's coffee, which I can't live without. Thank Christ they're open. Let's cruise. Here she is in all her glory. 1967 Toyota Crown Ute. As you can see, she's got her fair share of rust, although mostly superficial. Flat tyre, original old SS Kragers, quarters, sills are pretty dodgy, LPG will have to go, ute floor's obviously pretty crap, but you know, we'll see what we can't work out there. Tow bar, bumpers, rear lights seem okay, all the handles are rusted shut and God only knows what sort of spiders are going to crawl out of this damn thing. You know, most of the seals have perished. You know, I'd imagine the dash doesn't look too flash underneath there. Bench seats all tore up, but doesn't look terrible. Door cards are, well, they were there. Yeah, lower front guards, sills are dead. More old school Kragers, but this is the bit that I like. The old Holden 6-cylinder, 179 HP block out of an old EH. You know, the original Toyota radiator. There is not much clearance in there. But it has clearly been running like that for a long time. No power brakes, just pure old school bliss. One dodgy muffler. One of the things I like about this ute is it's got a full chassis. So, that'll be good for just about anything, really. I've heard blokes put V8s and all sorts of stuff in these things. As you can see, it's got like an old hot rod style chassis. Plenty of daylight creeping up through the floor. Old lowering blocks, Ford Borg Warner rear end, cobwebs, you know. Lower tailgate looks a bit, how's your uncle? Trimatic auto. But these floors are actually really good. Like, cobwebs and LPG crap aside, these floors are solid. And the old front end is actually quite solid too. Coil sprung, upper lower wishbones, a little bit like an old HQ Holden. Well, it doesn't look like it. You've got a little bit of sump clearance, drum brake front, which I'm assuming we're going to need at least wheel cylinders, full hydraulics overhaul, probably do a new radiator, and see if we can't fire this old beastie up. All in all, I would say it is $500 well spent. You know, another quick tour of the workshop. Got our day-to-day stuff. One of my mates' RX-7s that we've just done a diff changeover, full service. And the Boss's beastie, which we are working on from time to time where we can. Another 1967 HR Holden that has got a full Castlemaine rod shop front end, Castlemaine rod shop chassis strengthening kit, One of my old diffs out of a VR Commodore, you know, LS1, an auto out of a VYSS Commodore, which is bog stock apart from being tuned up to 229 rear wheel kilowatts. I'll drag that down later and have a look at that too. Thanks for watching. If I get more than 3 viewers, I'll be pretty stoked. Okay, so here we are with the cylinder head now off. After trying to fire it up, we found that it had basically no compression, and fitted an electronic distributor to it to sort out the spark concerns that we had. Still wouldn't run. Without any fuel, she wasn't really doing much at all. So the compression test showed that we had compression, solid compression, 130 in one cylinder. The others were either 0 or very low. So I pulled the head off. As you can see, the old exhaust valve is not looking too happy there. You know, we've got one that's sort of half open. That one won't actually close. Looks like it might be bent. The inlet valve sunk. Exhaust valve sunk. Exhaust valve incredibly sunk. And all dead. So we've got, all in all, 2 dead valves. And after a light cleanup of one of the cylinders, it appears to be bored out to standard bore 186 or 62 thou oversize for a 179 HP block, which is cool. Not a big deal. So today I'm going to send a couple of cylinder heads off. Alright, so I've got a couple of cylinder heads laying around. One of which is a Yellow Terror cylinder head. I'm not going to use that because that is earmarked for my LC GDR that's at home. It's a right head for a 186S, which my car had fitted into it. I've also got a 173 GDR cylinder head off a late. It's like a 71 model cylinder head, which is kind of perfect. We'll see if that's okay. I've also got access to another 179 cylinder head, which came with some bits that I picked up recently. And the boss has a high comp old cylinder head. We'll find out what that is and see if I can't send them down to Top Torque. See if I can't get them cleaned up and a gasket set supplied, and see if I can't get this thing running pretty cheap. See how we go. Budget project. So I guess that wraps up, day one of working on this old pile of junk. And thanks for tuning in, and thanks for anybody who doesn't sue me for mentioning their name. Cheers.